Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. What an evening it's been as Team India cruises into the finals of the Champions Trophy with a spectacular victory over Australia in the blockbuster Tuesday clash in Dubai. India has beat Australia by 4 wickets and will meet either South Africa or New Zealand in the finals on Sunday. It was a thrilling encounter with the men in blue putting up an impressive show in all departments of the game. The spinners were no doubt the star of the show as all three for India managed to take wickets. Shama took 3 wickets as well and Pandya took a wicket in the final over and were able to get Australia all out for 264. India had a rocky start once the second innings started as both openers, Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, got out relatively early. But Virat Kohli had other plans and played the anchor role as his 84 brought India some much-needed stability, for which he was adjudged player of the match. With this victory, Team India has also avenged the 2023 World Cup final heartbreak in Ahmedabad. All right, joining us on the show are Rucha from Shivaji Park in Dadar. We also have Pavit joining us from Chandigarh. But I want to go first to Karishma, who's joining us live. Karishma, what a performance it's been. Incredible. And clearly, of course, the big one is going to be the final on Sunday. It's going to be a chance for Rohit Sharma to prove his critics his worth as the captain of the Indian cricket team. Karishma.
Well, yes, absolutely. Madhav, KL Rahul finished it off in style for the Indian team. We are now in our 3rd consecutive Champions Trophy final and we, of course, await our opponent, whether it's South Africa or New Zealand. But this time it looks like that the trophy is coming home. The Champions Trophy that we missed out in 2017 is going to be coming home. India has been unstoppable in the Champions Trophy 2025. They went into the semi-final undefeated and they have won the semi-final as well, beating Australia, the mighty Australia, by 4 wickets. And there are, of course, people here with me who were watching the match. It's been 20-25 minutes since the match got over, but the excitement hasn't gotten over. You can see the Indian flag also over here that people are, of course, holding. There are people here wearing the India t-shirt as well. But I first want to go to the youngest fan here that I have. What would you want to say to Team India today?
Best of luck, India, for the finals.
And you were telling me who is the god of the match today?
Hardik Pandya.
Why do you think so?
Because
he picked up a 1 wicket.
He picked up a 1 wicket and played a very well.
All right, an articulate young fan there, Karishma. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's quickly go across to Deepak from Bengaluru. Yes, Deepak, I believe you have some fans with you. Over to you, very quickly.
Well, Madhav, it's a big day and, you know, it's revenge that's coming to the fore for India after that defeat from Australia after the World Cup. You know, it's vengeance time and it looks like people are definitely, they continue to be excited and all of them here want to probably say something. Tell me, how do you think this game was for India and going into the finals? You know, do you think that this game was absolutely crucial considering they defeated us in the World Cup?
It's a terrific game in terms of cricketing aspects and whatever Australia did for us in 2023 World Cup finals, and I think it's a best, I can't call this a revenge, but it's a fantastic game for India to win and we deserve to win. I think that's a fantastic game.
Anybody else? What would you like to say? How do you rate this win?
Like Boxing Day is a revenge day for us.
Revenge day.
Okay. So now, yeah, exactly.
All right, it's a revenge day making up for Ahmedabad. In fact, that's the latest coming in. And Deepankar, I believe you've spoken to a certain Congress spokesperson, Shama Mohammad, as far as her comments on Rohit Sharma, that sparked off a huge amount of outrage over here. What does Shama Mohammad have to say? Has she taken back her comments? Has she apologized?
Well, yes, I had a word with the Congress spokesperson Shama Mohammad, and she did congratulate the Indian cricket team, and specifically she congratulated Virat Kohli for his knock today in the Indian inning while the Indian was batting, for his 82 runs and for the 1,000 runs that he had made in the Champions Trophy matches. But however, she did not say anything about Rohit Sharma. When I asked her whether she wanted to make any comment about what she had said and whether she wanted to say anything, she did not say anything, and just she had moved.
All right. Shama Mohammad, clearly bosses in the Congress party and the media department in particular have told her to keep quiet, and in fact she even deleted that controversial tweet. But let me quickly bring in Rucha, who's joining us from Mumbai as well. Rucha, over to you. I believe you have some fans with you. Very quickly, get us what their reactions are. They must be over the moon at this moment in Dadar.
Well, of course, as we can see, I'm currently at Shivaji Park. Shivaji Park has given Sachin Tendulkar, players like Rohit Sharma to Team India. We'll now hear from them. In fact, I have Virat Kohli's lookalike with me. क्या कहोगे आज विराट ने कुछ रन्स मिस कर दिए, उनकी एक और सेंचुरी देखने मिलती थी.
बहुत अच्छा लगा खेल के, एक और सेंचुरी मिस हो गई, कोई बात नहीं. तो अभी फिलहाल फाइनल तो बाकी है, तो उसमें पूरा कर लेंगे. बाकी विराट सर ने बहुत अच्छा खेला और आगे लेके गए गेम को, और बहुत प्राउड हो रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे कि विराट सर बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं और बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट थे. कोई बात नहीं, नेक्स्ट टाइम सेंचुरी बनाएंगे.
क्या कहोगे पूरे मैच में आपका फेवरेट मोमेंट?
अच्छा रहा मेरा भी, जो भी है वो सब अच्छा होगा, आगे भी अच्छा होगा.
क्या कहोगे?
All right, so that's the sentiment in Mumbai. Pavit, I believe you also have some fans with you in Chandigarh. What is their response and what is their expectation from the final? Very quickly.
Yes, exactly. I will directly go to the spectators who were present here, who were watching the live screening of the match. कैसा लग रहा था जब मैच चल रहा था? लग रहा था कि फाइनल्स में जगह बना लेंगे?
हाँ, बीच में तो थोड़ी हुआ कि क्या पता ऑस्ट्रेलिया जीत जाए, लेकिन हमारे इंडिया के शेर डटे रहे और हमारे को जिता दिया.
जब विराट कोहली का डिसमिसल हुआ, कुछ थोड़ी सी घबराहट हुई कि अब इंडिया क्या करेगा, फंस गए बुरी तरीके से?
नहीं, घबराहट, हमें इंडिया पे पूरा भरोसा है. इंडिया ही जीतेगी और आगे भी जीतेगी.
तो सबसे फेवरेट मोमेंट आज के मैच का क्या रहा है?
जब लास्ट छक्का मार के इंडिया जीती, वो मेरा फेवरेट मोमेंट था.
तो फाइनल्स में किस तरीके का मैच एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? क्या लग रहा है कि इंडिया के साथ फाइनल्स में किसको होना चाहिए?
साउथ अफ्रीका को होना चाहिए फाइनल में इंडिया को.
एनी पर्टिकुलर रीजन कि साउथ अफ्रीका ही होना चाहिए?
नहीं, रीजन तो नहीं है, ऐसे ही
है कि मुकाबला देखने
है.
So we have some other fans also. We'll ask them.
All right. Pavit, we'll have to leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank you as well as Rucha for joining us. Deepak as well from Bengaluru. We had Karishma joining us and Deepankar from New Delhi as well. I'd like to thank all of you for those ground reports. But here's a sequence. In fact, Deepankar speaking to Shama Mohammad. Let's quickly listen into what she had to say.
Indian cricket team has won the semi-final and has reached the finals. What would you like to say?
I'm very happy. I'm excited. I just finished watching the match. Hats off, and to get 265, to follow 264. And I'm very, I want to congratulate Team India. Very happy, and especially Virat Kohli for getting 84 and becoming the first cricketer to score 1,000 in ICC knockout tournaments. Extremely happy.
Ma'am, anything would you like to say on Rohit Sharma?
All right, so that's in fact Shama Mohammad there beating a very hasty retreat, and I think the Rohit Sharma comment has been much too bitter a pill for even her own party to swallow. And I see Vedam Jaishankar joining us, sports journalist, Monty Panessa, former England cricketers with us, Alan Sippy, former cricketer, also with us. But Vedam, you know, Shama Mohammad perhaps is more than any other player in this team. I mean, everyone's looking for Shama Mohammad's reaction because of the absolutely bizarre comments that got her into that spot of hot water yesterday.
Madhav, I just cannot control myself. Besides Shama Mohammad, I mean, she was happy that Rohit Sharma didn't get 100 or a big knock. But another person was very unhappy that India won, and that is definitely Ramesh Raja. Throughout his commentary, he kept saying how Australia can come back into the game, how they should get X, Y, Z out. You know, I can't believe that a guy who is, you know, a former national captain can go on and on and on one track. I could have understood if he said there's a part of strategy, but he kept going on one track. Like, you know, there's an American baseball coach who said, winning is not everything. It's the only thing. And I think as far as India is concerned, this is the only thing. Because, you know, forget about revenge and things like that, because every game is a new game, you know, and you look forward to winning. And when you beat Australia, irrespective of, you know, they didn't have those three fast bowlers who could have reversed the ball and done a whole lot of things. It doesn't matter. Australia in ICC tournaments is always a challenge. And the only team which actually has got the better of Australia repeatedly in the past few years is India. And once again on the big stage, we showed, our players showed that we could do it. And really, Virat Kohli is a master of the chase. There is no doubt about it. The way he, you know, earlier Indian teams used to just immediately the captains used to win the toss and bat first. They never took a chance to chase because I think we didn't have the temperament. But now look at Virat Kohli just revels in it.
Yeah.
He soaks into the pressure.
And you know, that's the irony of it, isn't it, Vedam? You know, because in the last 1 year, since the T20 World Cup, and I want to bring in Monty Panessa on this, because since India won the T20 World Cup, there's been a barrage of criticism about the seniors, what's the role they have, what's the role of the coach, whether the seniors have perhaps given too long a rope. The point is that seniors such as Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have really proven their mettle in the Champions Trophy. Reaching the final is no mean feat at the end of the day. Monty.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I agree with you. I think the senior players are standing up when it comes to the bigger occasions, and the team's peaking at the right time. That's what's been really impressive in this, Champions Trophy. And, you see, like, even when Rohit Sharma got out quite early, there wasn't a panic. They kind of like knew that they've got enough experience, depth in their lineup. And what was really impressive today with Virat Kohli's innings, he only scored 5 boundaries, but there was that middle period with Shreyas Iyer, and both of them, they were just knocking it around for singles. It was a masterclass of how to build partnership, how to, create a solid foundation for the others to come in. So it was brilliant to see how Virat Kohli batted. He's really set it up for India, to do really well in the final. And they probably would want New Zealand because they beat New Zealand very comfortably when they play against them. So that would be the ideal finalists. But if you look at the performances from the senior players, then everyone standing up. Mohammad Shami as well, in the back over in that sort of 40th to the 50th over, he was unpredictable with the Yorkers, the slower cutters. And then he got the key wicket of Steve Smith as well. So you can see, like, I fully agree with you, like the senior players are really standing up and just bringing the whole of India together. Look, everyone's so happy that India performed really well. And this was it. Against Australia is the kind of, you think, where is India at? And this was a very comfortable victory for them.
Right, and let me bring in Alan Sippy on that as well. Alan, the fact is this, that, that moment in Ahmedabad where we lost the World Cup final, the ODI final, that was, a huge moment for all of India. That's a match victory that many were expecting. And it was a moment where many really thought, how can we recover from this? Somewhere, do you feel that India has avenged that moment, with this kind of victory coming in from Dubai?
Absolutely, Madhav, because you see, the Indian team is a well-oiled machine. Yes, they lost in that final there in Ahmedabad. But after that, in the big matches, India is outstanding. This pressure, it used to be pressure in the past where India used to falter under pressure. Today, they suck up the pressure. Every single player actually takes the pressure on board and he can perform with the pressure. Today, Virat Kohli was outstanding as he always is in the big match. But then you look at KL Rahul, you look at Hardik Pandya, they took the mantle as well. And KL Rahul was outstanding because he was trying to take the pressure off Virat. And this is what the Indian team is blessed with. They have a tremendous bench strength. They have incredible players. And these players are not scared about failure. They're willing to hit the first ball if they face. They're willing to hit that for 6 if it goes well and good. So it shows, not only the players, it shows that the management is backing these boys. The management is taking the play without fear. Have a fearless factor in yourself. And this is what is incredible about the Indian team. Match after match, you see different match winners. You see Virat Kohli do it on a stage many a times. But then you see Varun bowl so beautifully. And one more point I want to make is Jasprit Bumrah is not playing here. Imagine if he was playing. That makes the total even lower because this is the team that can play. And if somebody's dropped out, somebody else comes in and they're performing so well. So for us as a nation, India is blessed, incredibly blessed by this wonderful team.
Right. And in fact, Vedam, you mentioned some interesting points. And if I can play devil's advocate, there's been a lot of criticism, a lot of discussion about several factors. The fact that you mentioned that 3 of Australian bowlers are not part of this team. There's also the fact that many would suggest that Travis Head, who's been so destructive against India in the past, was restricted at 39. And also, there's been a lot of questions about whether India has some amount of advantage playing all its matches in Dubai, whether the other teams have to travel a significant amount. How do you look at that kind of criticism that has come India's way in recent days?
See, first and foremost, Madhav, if you are a world champion, you have no home grounds. You should be able to win anywhere. So anybody aspiring to be a world champion, whether it is Australia or South Africa or New Zealand or even Pakistan, they have to win everywhere. They can't call themselves world champion if they can win only at home. So straight away, you want to beat India. It's not home for India. I mean, it's outside for India also. We are coming there to play. But I think what I really want to appreciate is somebody, the team management, who were willing to play 4 spinners. See, playing 4 spinners against New Zealand is totally different. There was no pressure. You had already made it. Even if you had lost that match, you would have still made the semi-finals. But for virtually a knockout match, the semi-final was a knockout match. For you to play 4 spinners, that really calls for the courage of conviction. And what it really meant was that you were going after Travis Head, just like Australia decided to play with Sangha instead of Spencer, because they were not thinking about Kohli, about Rohit Sharma. They were going after Kohli because Kohli has a perceived weakness against spin. So they decided to strengthen that. But look at how India handled it.
Absolutely.
Or Head will seem to be going after the bowling. This immediately brought the spinners. And that was a strategy. Not to give him the pace, not to give him the width. And
very quickly, before I wrap up, we have limited time. I want to ask Monty. Monty, what is the bet that you'd wager? Who will India be playing in the final on Sunday?
Look, I think India would want New Zealand because they're New Zealand. I don't think they can pick Virat Chakravarti with his spinners. And also, they're in that middle overs, they sort of panic. And I think India have a real strong hold over them. But South Africa, they're another good team. I think India will feel very confident if it's South Africa or New Zealand, whoever it is. I think India's spinners, spin options, and also, the batting looks really strong. So, I think India just look in a really good place at the moment. And also the other stuff you want to talk about, that unfair criticism that India have been getting at the moment, that sort of Trump-esque, agenda against the Indian team. I think that really must end because this was a really tough victory for India, and it wasn't easy. They had to play really good cricket. And I think this agenda about, India's got, home advantage and all of that kind of stuff, I think it's just a simple fact how successful the Indian team is and how far they are in front of, compare all the other nations.
Well,
and
no doubt about that. Monty, I'm sorry I'm cutting you short, but that's just for the paucity of time. I'd love to have a much longer discussion on this, but the men in blue certainly making 1.5 billion Indians proud with their performance there in Dubai. I'd like to thank Alan Sippy as well as Vedam Jaishankar and Monty Panesar for joining us this evening.